Alright, here we go. Hello everyone. I feel like every single day I tell myself at the start of one of these streams that I'll change like the pre-stream music and I never do it. Oops. Anyways, hi, welcome everyone. Tonight I think I'll probably finish up Miasmata. As kind of mentioned before, like I mean, we kind of did like half of the game already. Like we got like half of the stuff we need to beat it. And so I think in that regard we're probably right on track. I'm a little bit worried since admittedly like that whole section of the island is like something I am kinda like not as knowledgeable about, you know, as like the previous area of the game, but we'll see. Like maybe that will make it more interesting too, me actually having to explore a little bit instead of kind of like either remembering or in some degrees actually getting kind of lucky with stumbling on stuff. Right. Don't think I've got much more to say at the beginning really, so let's get started. Alright, put this here, put you all over here. Okay, everything is on, I think. And hopefully it should just hook in now. There we go. Alright. Right. So yeah, last time we did get some pretty solid progress done. Partially due to the fact that we kinda were left alone by the creature TM for a decent chunk. Also nice. Day 6, 9 PM. It started appearing eventually. Like I legit was starting to wonder if something was like glitched or something. I felt a little bad going on about it, but at the same time it's like it's kind of part of the gameplay loop is that there's a threat that you have to worry about while doing the stuff. So yeah. Okay. Hope the game is not too loud. Last time we kind of got a decent ways in. How late is it? Okay, it's getting kind of late in game, but it's still fairly bright out. So we got done with a pretty solid chunk of the island, I'd say. And we kind of started here, did like the sort of tutorial path, so to speak, where it kind of tells you like, hey, follow all this. Once we kind of got the first ingredient over here, we kind of went like the northern route. And once we got what I think is all there is to find there, ended up kind of going east, like stumbling around a bit. Like I think I went around like a shoreline or something that is like southern, like this section here, went south, and then you kind of see like a shoreline partially drawn in there, which I then followed like inland. I actually got like on top of like some scenery and so on that let me like properly see. Okay, it is getting kind of dark. Oh, I can actually see the stars properly. It's getting very dark. Okay, let's throw light. Let's get the light out. Alright, but yeah, like otherwise we got one piece of the cure. The Agent X still need Y and C, though. God damn it. Anyway, as I was saying, still need to get Agent Y and C, though we've got like the bioalgae for Y. So we had like 3 out of 6 ingredients. We also got all the like emphasis drugs TM, the ones that basically increase our abilities permanently. So we're in a fairly decent spot. The only issue being that we are now kinda in an area where we don't know what to look for. Like, we found a map that like filled in like this and this section a little bit. But it mostly tells us about where to find stuff that we've known about, like we already collected in other places. So it's not gonna be helpful for the sake of... It's not gonna be helpful for the sake of figuring out like where to go next. I think my strategy is basically gonna be to just go in like the northern section here. At least I think there's a northern section. Kinda go there, explore. Then south, maybe? It feels like there's less to the north, so that's probably like closer to like the northern side of the island, so probably better to go for the smaller chunk first and then the bigger chunk later. Alright, then to take a nap. Something to defend ourselves with. Right, so we've got like some incidental items and so on. Is there a water source here? Yes, okay. Kind of refill our stuff a little bit. Right, I wanna go north. That leads out east. Get the feeling that, well, I can go north from there-ish, probably. So I think that's gonna where I'll start heading. I think there might be a line in the rocks here. Yeah, kind of at the bottom of this ravine that, yeah, limits where we can go a little bit. I think we can climb up one of these sections, maybe? Like, this kind of looks a little dangerous, but also maybe doable. Time for me to immediately disprove, like, the name of the stream being all I'm not gonna fall down the cliffs anymore. Oh, wait a second, can I get on top of here and, like, maybe spot stuff? Wait, how's this header not on the map already? Alright, but yeah, the creature has started popping up, so I'll, you know, start crouching and so on when I work on things. Just to make sure I don't get caught by it while I'm in the middle of, like, doing stuff. I think this actually was a fairly decent spot to do mapping with, because we got, like, some stuff that's, like, on the opposite side here, like, we've got this head on a map and wait, this map head on the map and like something there. It's like one of those like little like what's it called, like braziers thingies or something that you can, oh nice, that you can save at. So that should actually make like a decent thing to fill in the map while I just kind of go down to the shoreline like this. Definitely started playing a lot more carefree towards the later part of the stream, which is probably also why we kind of ended up just stuck in the middle of nowhere without much to map for a decent chunk. I'm gonna try to be a little bit better about that, at least initially. Up. Yeah, I'm kinda... This is not a great spot. Like, I'm just kinda like at the top of a cliff or something. I could maybe get down there, but I very much have to be super careful I don't pick up too much speed. I can use the trees to stop myself with. You just kind of bump into them face first to stop yourself. Oh, There we go. Alright. Seem to also be mostly safe here. So let's fill in a little bit. Let's get the shoreline. Also means I can tag some of these heads here and there that... If I'm lucky I can get this one already on the map. Yes, okay. Yeah, getting the heads and so on that are like on the side of the island can be really nice. They seem very much meant to be there to kind of help you have like a decent spot to find yourself with. Oh, I think I got one there too. Or maybe just... I don't know. Oh, something over there. Yeah, it's like a lot of like little ruined pieces on that have like these pillar symbols. Like kind of similar to what we were at earlier. Okay, do we have some twigs or something to save with? It would be kind of annoying if that thing was there without like any way to actually get like some wood or something to make a save point, but I don't know. Guess that might just be how this here. Oh yeah, I should also mention, I did get a little bit of an upgrade, so to speak. Well, gonna be harder for me to actually check now that I'm properly streaming. But hopefully things should look a little bit better on like the stuff like the eye tracking front and so on. Had a little bit of a firmware update, so to speak. Right. Well, that's basically it's like a proper path here, so I'm just gonna follow that a bit. Oh, is this on the map? Okay, it is. I'm gonna keep going a little bit before I do like another triangulating. I do think that filling in the map like this does take time. So I'm always a little bit worried about doing it like too excessively and like having like a day like, you know, getting day like completely burst. I think we're so fairly early on. Yeah, it's not even like 10 AM in game. Anyways, as I was gonna say, I think these paths tend to generally have... Oh. These paths tend to generally have like some... Like I connected to like some place or another that you kind of want to visit. You know, like obviously the paths that the researchers and so on use are the ones where they also, you know, connected like their camps and so on with. So following those can be a decent way of finding like a spot that you might have otherwise missed. Interesting. There are heads here, but I'm not on the map anymore. I might just go out a little bit to get that one. Okay, also... Well, I might grab a rock while I'm here, but this would be a horrible spot to be... have the creature appear at. Like, there's like nowhere to really hide or anything, and the rocks are, as you can maybe tell by the viewpoint, getting kind of bounced around. Rocks make it kind of hard to like move properly here, so if you had to run, that would get in the way. Maybe it would be the same for the creature too, but I wouldn't want to rely on it. Oh, something just stopped. Okay. It loaded something in, but not something worrisome at least. It's almost kind of worried with a game like that when it hits just for a moment. It's like, oh shit, something loaded. What horrors await me? Oh, we are definitely not where I thought we were at. Well, the good news is I can get a decent chunk of the map filled in again. Getting some stuff that's like way over in the distance like that is actually going to be really nice for letting me use that in the future. Oh wow, that one's like basically like the... We're like at like kind of like the northern edge of this section here. Anything else I want to detect? Like sometimes buildings like camps and so on don't like get... Doesn't feel like they get drawn in. Ah yeah, like that. Like this has like the camp symbol, but on top of the hill here, but obviously we don't see a tent right now. Like, I think we actually have to get closer to have it like get drawn in. I mean, again, a game from like 2012, I'm not gonna blame them for like having like some of the draw distances on stuff be a bit odd. I feel like since like tents and so on static objects, that probably would have been like a more modern game. You could probably expect it to be a bit more visible. Yeah, there it is. It's kind of weird to think about, like 2012 is like 13 years ago. Like, I don't want to think that this kind of known about this game like, well, maybe not quite 13 years from now, but definitely like around that range. Alright. Oh, what's this? Note from Herbert. I feel like I lost control of what I might do and whom I might harm. Entire days have passed which I do not remember. Then it said many things in this trance and I can recall none of it. Even my ever-dwindling moments of clarity find myself directed by some outside force. Hands move, my lips speak, but I'm not in control. I'm a puppet to some invisible master. Yet I feel furia. It compels me to relinquish myself completely to the will of my master. Herbert Gauss. I think this Herbert guy is really not doing well. Alas, the one downside is that I was kinda hoping I could use this for like, you know, I could like find like something like more easily telling on where I have to go next. That said, I could, if I can get on top of here, like where there's apparently like the big like bunny and squirrel hangout, I could maybe see like another part of the, there we go. That's kind of what I was hoping. They should be close enough to the camp that I'll get the visual on it. Okay, so there was basically like this big old like sort of lip here that we went over. Actually, this kind of makes me realize I think this section here, yeah, that's to the west. We're there, so this... Okay, so this section over here is where we were at yesterday. Like kind of where we went along the shoreline and then we went like in island instead of like going down here and finding this camp. So... I guess the question is... Like, okay, this can't go like further north, like we're kind of like a... But like kind of goes around like north and then back down again, so... Maybe east? I'd also try to go back to the camp just to do another safety save. Let's use the campfire for it, in fact. Actually, I kind of wanna... Now, there's like a knife and so on, but those look like kitchen knives or something. I don't know if they were gonna be would be useful for like actual defensive stuff. Okay, let's do a little bit more exploring. So this is straight north here. So yeah, this will be east. So I think there's an entire section of the island that is out east again. It was like kind of a... Okay, I think I'm getting an idea of where to go. Does mean we have to backtrack a little bit, but that's fine. It's pretty low. So yeah, I didn't comment much on it at the time, so I was talking about other stuff, but there's also like those trumpet mushrooms here. Once again, those like permanent enhancement items are kind of all over the place to find. They definitely added like more of them than just like the kind of, how to put it, like official quote-unquote ways you're supposed to find them. Which I do think is kind of neat game design. Like, again, this game is fairly open and so on. So having like a way for players to kind of, you know, find those items without, even if they don't find like the critical info on like the one spot where the island is or something like that. I think that's actually like a pretty decent decision. Even it kind of means like in my case you can get yourself like permanently upgraded kind of already by halfway through the game, but I mean it's, you could say it's kind of like the, you know, the plus of the stuff is that you can end up in that scenario of, you know, being both lucky and kind of having knowledge and finding everything you need like early on. Okay, so anything I want to put on the map still? Can't quite see it. Okay. There's a path here. I think I'm gonna follow it a little bit more. I'm gonna follow it until I find like a, what feels like a connection piece between this part of the island and like that eastern section I wanna go to. Basically kind of follow this until it feels like this path begins going like too far to the south or something. Okay, I probably shouldn't be sprinting too much in case I do need to actually properly run. Ooh. It's like cherry blossoms or something. That's cute. Yeah, I do think like each of the sections of the island also have like just a bit of like a like theming and like how the flora they have. Wait, did I find this camp before? I think I might have just stumbled on like another one. Well, anything in here? No, this just seems to be mostly like a resting area. Alright, I mean that's perfectly fine. Actually knowing that this is here is gonna be pretty useful. Well, let's get it on the map, I guess. There we go. I don't think there's really anything I can spot from here that's not on there already. Well, there's a kind of pillar over there, but I think that's like close enough to like the ruins I did scout over there that probably not worth actually trying to add them manually like this. Actually, let me save after I've done the cartography. I do think if you die in this game, you do just have to reload your save, so I'm being like a little vigilant about that stuff, if possible. I don't want to have to like redo too much stuff. Yeah, these were the ruins I noticed on the... that I filled in earlier. It does feel like if you put your mind to it, you can get around fairly quickly on this island. I think some degree that's intentional too. Like, there's like an achievement for beating this game in like both like 7 and then 3 in-game days, which feels kind of ridiculous, but also very much possible. I mean, there's like a certain glitch that lets you, that I like heard about, that lets you do that like super easily, though I haven't really tried it yet. Hey, another one of those statues we've seen a bunch of. This one looks a bit different. Is it like... it kinda looks like a crocodile that... Let me get the mouse out, like... yeah, like the... like this is like kind of the nose of the crocodile, it's kind of like looking straight down, so to speak. Why not like each area has like their own themed animal? In which case that one broken statue we found does kinda... okay, we do have that head on the map. It does kinda imply that one broken statue we found in like the previous section would have been some other kind of animal than the frog, like the frog we've seen before that. Obviously it's kinda hard, would be kinda hard to tell without seeing it like repaired or something. Kinda wonder if we could like find like the piece of rubble or something that's supposed to be a broken head or so to help you figure out what it was meant to be. Like, I don't think there's anything really that you know, I don't think there's like a big like lore puzzle or something about like, you know, like the previous island inhabitants. But we kinda need to try to get like a general idea of like what they might have been about. This looks like a path that goes straight into a swamp. Okay, I'm getting a little worried because I feel like in like this kind of ravine or something I'm not gonna be able to do cartography. I'm gonna be able to commit cartography. Also, if something pops up, I would not be able to really run anywhere except like forward or back. Forward and back. Okay, there's something up ahead. Hang on a second, okay, can I... that's a head I know, that's a head I don't know. I mean, knowing my luck, I'm about to like enter an area where... enter an area that has like a new map or something on it. Well, this looks like ruins, so maybe not. Maybe this will be... there's just scenery and not like a rest spot or something like I was kind of hoping for. How late is it? It's 7 PM in game 2, like... I don't really have the... yeah, the sun is gonna go down soonish. I kinda have to keep going. Like, I could try to like climb up a hill there and like get a decent view on stuff, but if I did that I would also run the risk of having like the sun go down on me while I do that. I probably could have phrased that better. Not intentional this time, not intentional. I was kind of want to check that this is like a landmark. Like that rock looks like it's like a broken version of like one of the heads or something. I like how I like immediately got like the "you're thirsty" like wave effect too when it popped. Ooh, I think this is a new one. Brown shell fungus. Okay, this actually looks like a place to be. I think, yeah, those flowers we have picked up before, I think they do nothing. Wow, yeah, this needed a second to load in when I got close. Oh, there's... yeah, they're not doing well. I haven't really found any of the researchers alive that are meant to be on this island. Right, basic medicine. Yeah, I think we still have like some basic medicine on us, as well as like a... yeah, like another like white mushroom thing to make some, so it's not gonna be necessary. I do like that the syringes used for like the upgraded zone actually are part of the table too. Yeah, like the syringes and also like the little vial that we hold the medicine part in. Like I didn't really think about it at the time, but you know, like the stuff that our character uses actually are just here. Have like all the components and so on. Oh, that looks like a lot of text. Oh, but for the map. Hang on, can I turn my head a bit to read this better? As I discovered the... okay, hang on, I'm not... I think it was... this is the we have discovered another new species, some variety of orchid. Petals are pale pink with vibrant hues running lengthwise along center. Map of discovery for reference. Orchidea helios. Seems to light on morning shade and late afternoon light. I found specimens on the tip of the peninsula, as well as on an adjacent islet. Okay, so yeah, this is north. Do we have this on the map? Yes. Oh, that's actually good. Oh wow, yeah, this actually filled in like a really solid chunk of this. So this is where we have to go. If we follow like the eastern shore, we even get like a bunch of like houses and so on to visit. So yeah, no, I think that's gonna be where we go next. Speaking of shoreline. Oh, what the fuck? Gary's freaking launched himself. Well, rip on the wall, not falling down cliffs anymore thing. Ooh, new knife. Some people might say carrying knives around while I'm so prone to just constantly falling all over the place is a bad idea. I don't want to listen to those people, they're boring. Okay, I was kind of hoping I could get to like a decent spot where I could... yeah, no, like... I was like, I'm gonna go to like the eastern shoreline and just scan stuff and like... but I'm like in this little... inter area here where you can't really see in. Do we have like that kind of mushroom already? Tropical, giant bloom, portrait, red and green, blue scaly, that wasn't good I think. Brown shelf. Ah. No. I think this... I didn't even have a research on it. Did I never do anything with it? Oh, I think I brought it back. I think I brought it back and just immediately like used it like making medicine or something. I think I even realized after I did that I completely forgot to like examine these. If I remember right, they just gave a mental stimulant too, so it's not gonna be useful. Yeah. Like I could use one, but I don't know if they do anything. If you already got like medium sanity or something. Like I don't think they make it like you can like detect a creature from further away or anything like that. Who knows? Maybe they're like meant to have like a extraneous effect. Oh. Oh boy. Be damn you enlightenment, take back to hell the scourge you've brought upon us. Oh, they're also blaming the scientists for the like plague outbreak, it seems. Kinda typical. Okay, well... It's getting nighttime in game already, also nice floor texture there. Alright, let's take a nap and sip a drink. I can't see jack shit. Right, okay, so what we know is that the next piece that we need is gonna be to the north. So we'll go along that route. I do think this this area is like meant to be kind of more like themed towards like an Asian kind of biome, so to speak. Like this is very much like bamboo. Had like the pink like cherry blossoms earlier. Visible some areas. You know, before we had like a tropical area and I guess like more like different kinds of forest stuff and ooh. Carnivorous trap plant. Oh fuck it. I've been debating if I should say it or not this entire time, so cursed joke time. Carnivorous trap plant is also what I would call myself if I had gone with a dryad model. Ooh, yellow mushrooms. Yep, just as we called that. They actually haven't found like anything that boosts like strange yet at all still. Which is kind of surprising. I would have figured I would have found like something that does that by now. Kind of doing some checking here and there, so, but once again, the creature has been fairly. It's been fairly chill. That has popped up. What the heck was that noise? That was kind of weird. It has popped up before, so it's not like it's like about to not appear or anything, so maybe I'm just getting kind of lucky. Maybe I should just let the guard down then a bit, be like, yeah, whatever, and then get, you know, surprised when it does pop up all of a sudden. Ooh, more info. Ah, this is a good thing to find. Apparently there's some kind of boat on the beyond the causeway with Tau being over there. Okay, they draw it on the map. Now there isn't anything there on the map anymore, so yeah, we, whatever is at that boat landing, we're not gonna get there, at least in our current physical condition. I think even like if you boosted our strength and so on, that would be like too far to swim. Also, there were like no like medicine stuff or anything at night. In like those huts. Are they over here? I do kinda wanna check what these plants do we got. And also just, deposit them in case we find more. Oh god, that's a lot of text. Okay. Approach came late evening, landscape was dark on a waxing moon. Was Herbert, I was glad to see him. It had been nearly a week since anyone had seen him last. Been acting very strangely. Yeah, we've kind of found some notes of Herbert, and he seemed not in a good state of mind. This segment of lobby from a cedar we had felt a week before. Gaunt and emaciated. Had a knife in his right hand and was carved sickled shapes into the soft dirt beneath him. For some seconds, holding his breath, his eyes changed. He acted as if he had heard an animal in the distance, glanced around the campsite, looking in my direction. Right, when the morning came, Herbert was gone again. Yeah... Herbert really does not seem to be in a good state of mind at all. Also, dang, there's another set of houses without any medicinal stuff. Okay, there's some northwest of here. So maybe I'll just cross over and check if I can. Maybe find like even like a storage thing or something to shove those plants I got in. Cause I do think if I fall, like trip and fall or something, I will lose what I'm holding in my hands. I kinda wanna secure them for that happens. Oh, Jesus Christ. I really need to trade clips a bit more seriously. There's a lot of water canteens. I guess because we're not like really inland enough for there to be like natural water sources. Mental clarity tonic. Right, this game telling us like things we can use for mental clarity tonics. Oh, wrong button. The mental clarity ones I think generally have like a red coloring to them. So there's also kind of a hint. Again, like the plants are kind of color coded to some degree on what they do. Which can be kind of nice for getting like a general idea even before we pick them up. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's a full-on station too. Nice. Can be synthesized into an energy stimulant. Okay, I might do something silly. Let's make it. Because we already have an energy stimulant, but I can just take that one we've got extra and then, have this in spare, so to speak. Like, no reason not to use it then. And the yellow mushrooms. Ah, the Herculean tonic. Okay. That's one I was kind of talking about, like, needing to find a way to increase strength and so on. I guess things that are colored yellow are gonna be good for that. Okay, let me take the stimulant. It's kind of a waste to use it with, like, but I'm still about to, like, synthesize some stuff, because I do think synthesizing also spends time, which, you know, means it's gonna run out technically faster. But yeah, since I took that, I now have high endurance. And since we're here, I'm gonna stock up on a basic medicine again. Just gonna have to remember if I find like anything, any kind of white flower, I need to put one on the storage bin. But yeah, that's kind of the reason why I kind of keep like the medicine stuff in the storage bin too. How late is it? Still very much in the AMs. Oh, we could... well, we could fill stuff in over there, but don't really need to, since we've already done with like that western area. But hey, mental simulant stuff here. Got a bit of like all the like temporary increases here. We probably could like be, if you wanted, you probably could like use them a lot more. Like I definitely am kind of stingy with like consumables like that. Probably more so than I really should be. Okay, maybe I should just go around. Like we're like basically at like the northern tip. I shouldn't do it like this and just kinda go all the way up. Oh, but there isn't like a path here. I was gonna say I should just follow a path like around, but there isn't really one, at least in that regard. It is kind of interesting how the terrain is very much a danger in and of itself, as you know, as is like the actual like creature and so on you have to deal with. I do think it kind of, I do think it's actually kind of a neat thing. Like it's like for all like the like hardcore survival games and so on you can find so on. I feel like just kind of needing to be careful how you move around and such, and you know, having like being able to fall off like cliffs or something or slip and hurt yourself be a danger. Probably like something like a bit more on the realistic side. At the same time, also kind of makes you be a bit more strategic in how you approach your terrain and so on. Alright, there we go. We're not like basically at the water level. Okay, they talked about plants growing like either here or a little islet off the side. Like that, and are you shitting me? What the fuck is this freaking Mario jumping puzzle they built here? I don't think I can even go one way, so I will have to swim over. You know what? There we go. Like I think if you had like low strength or something like this, definitely would at least cause you some trouble this distance, but like this is like super easy. Now that we've, you know, both the permanent boost and like the temporary boost. Oh, the endurance already wore off. Damn. That's kind of harsh. But yeah, the high stream we could do some ridiculous bullshit. Like, let's just fucking run up the sheer, well, nearly sheer cliff. And regret it instantly. Oh. Okay, it does seem like left clicking gets you out of like the falling animation quicker. Alright, here we are. Might as well get the obligatory examination in. But if we combine this with an appropriate antitoxin plant, we can make Agent Y with this. With this we've got both components of Agent Y, the antitoxin. We've got the bioalgae and the orchid, the thingy. Looking at it, it's actually kind of interesting. Like the X one was like very much like located on this island. But for Y, like one is like on this end of the map, the other one is kind of like all the way over here, so... But these ones were fairly close, like these two were like on opposite ends essentially. I think the final one is gonna be kinda the same, like kinda... Like I don't know if there's like another one in this section to find, like there could be. But I think there's like, you know, this section of the island here is gonna have like at least one to find as well. I kind of wonder, if you mess up, could you actually like if you do like a bad combination or something, could you like, do you lose the plants, or does it just go, nope, didn't do anything, you know, return them to get refunded? Alright. Here we go, we've got Agent Y as well now. All we need now is Agent Z, the adjuvant, and we are able to beat the game. Oh yeah, also since we found a boat landing map, we got a new objective added, escaping the place, which, well, yeah, the game kind of spoils the boat landing is related to. Okay, well... Oh, those white plants? Yep, okay. Like I said, I kind of want to stock up the box with like the medicine stuff. There's probably like a few strategies you could do, like, you know, I have like the mushroom for like mental clarity tonic in there. Can probably like save up some of the like temporary stuff as well to more freely use if you know, have like some extra spares or something. I feel like in general this is a game that, I think I've said this like last time, but this is a game that I could absolutely would love to watch someone do for the, you know, kind of play blind or something. Like, especially if they got told like, hey, go like a different way than the game tells you to start, even if it might be kind of harsh. It's gonna be like, yeah, you know, try to find your own path and then see how they do it. I think that could be kind of neat. Since I've played it enough though, like my experience is definitely kind of spoiled, so to speak. I mean, obviously if you're watching to this point, it would probably be kind of hard as well to go in like completely blind. I think there's some merit to trying to run, going like a different way at least. Even if I feel like the interesting part would mostly be at the start of, you know, going to like a... Because like there's like a, you know, but the most interesting part would be kind of like the beginning on trying to find like the permanent boosters from like in like a different spot or something. Like trying to find them while you explore. On like a different route than the usual. Yeah, those were the energy stimulant plants, weren't they? I think I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna carry them back and then just... Yeah, just kinda use up the energy stimulant once I'm at the... Just use it immediately. I think this is the right way. Like at this. Okay, yep, here we are. I feel like we might be kinda done with this area as well then. And kinda being back to looking around for a new place, so to speak. Yeah, I think these are the ones that have no effect. How late is it? 1 PM. Okay, I think we can... I might be a bit bold. I think we can probably... explore a little bit. Also, yeah, the strange one already disappeared. Like, I think the mental stimulant sticks around the longest, but... yeah, they're all kinda... the other ones kinda wear off after a quick while. Like, I guess the intent is very much... you know, use them in like moments like that where you know, either being chased or where you are just, you know, needing to traverse like some stuff. Use them like at those moments specifically. Just kind of trying to look for like some kind of light source to use. I might have to use this cabin over here. Well, not use it, but like go in there. Oh, maybe that one has one. They tend to kind of have the, you know, stuff like saving and like researching so on a bit spread out between the houses. That bird. That bird was a mountain goat in the previous life. Yo, what the heck? Is there like no way to light a fire or something in this area? Guess I have to go out to that one cabin over here. Actually, was it this one or was it one below? Ah, here we go. Okay, let me look at the map. Right, I don't know how to... well, my assumption is that it's probably like kind of curves like this on the island there. It is like a big old piece that's kind of by itself. So what I'm thinking is I probably can like follow the shoreline until I get... excuse me, until I get to this section and maybe even like swim over on like this area. Essentially kind of use that as a shortcut. I mean, it seems like the thread is basically head south and see what happens. I don't like that you can technically run around like this. Like, running extremely normally with like my hands in these very specific positions. I kind of want to get on top of something and I was gonna say fill in some spaces, but already we are kind of lost all visual with anything we could use to find ourselves with. Okay, we do have that head over there. If I can get like a glimpse of one of the huts. Maybe I can fill in a little bit of space. I don't think it's gonna be enough to get those ruins on the map though, which is... yeah, that doesn't help. Okay, I can mark it at least, but I don't think I will get them. on it. Like, this is just not enough to go on it. That there's like too many cliffs and so on to really be able to look around without like getting like all the way on top of like these hills. Having to find like a specifically like tall one to see like other parts of the island. Alright, well, let's climb up here. If we can. Like, this is kind of where we came from, and I think it's probably like the... kind of goes through like the middle of this like peninsula all the way back. I kind of want to check out the shoreline a little bit. Yeah, like we can see some... If possible, I actually would kind of like to mark some stuff that's on the map over there. Nope, it's raining. I don't think the game necessarily cares for the purposes. Like you can see like those heads and so on over there. It does mean I've got no idea where like the shoreline stops or ends for the sake of maybe adding anything, so this might be a bust. Oh, so yeah, this is... Oh yeah, no, never mind. We're not going along the shoreline there. I'm thirsty. Well, let me just drink from this totally safe water, I imagine. Did I? Oh, I lost a knife somewhere. That's a bummer. Could always do the funny option, just kind of bringing it along like burning stick like this. I do kind of like... I think I said this like way back. Kind of keep repeating, but I do kind of like sticking to like the long grass and so on for the sake of hiding in it. Alright. Now that we're kind of just retreading our steps a little bit, I kind of wanna... It feels a little bit weird to like think about like already like what I could stream next, so to speak. I don't think it the wrong way. It's not like I want this game to be over or anything. It's more like just trying to figure out like what I could do next. And I'm not entirely sure. There's a game that seems kind of early access that I'm a little bit interested in trying out. There's like a few. There's a part of me that's a little bit worried though, since it's not even something that was like on my list of games I want to play, that admittedly it was on a stream that is now, that the VOD didn't get saved anyway, so you know, not like anyone can go back and be like, hey, you said all the stuff you want to stream and then you didn't stream those for other stuff. Well, I probably shouldn't worry about that stuff, I should just, you know, do what I enjoy kind of deal, but yeah, that's safe. Yeah, I will see, like, there's like some silly games here and there, and there's like maybe some other stuff. I don't want to sort out like, maybe doing like some like streams with like friends or something around as well, kind of stuff. I do want to I should actually, have like a conversation about that with my friends, since, I don't like, I kind of want to avoid like the sort of like VTuber influencer mindset, so to speak, of, oh, everything I do has to be related to like streaming and so on, so to speak. Like I don't want like every multiplayer thing to be like, oh, we have to like stream this or something as well, but at the same time, like if they're fine with it, I also wouldn't mind like letting other people kind of watch us getting out of dumb bullshit. There's like a few things I kind of would love to revisit and try out. Did I say that right? I thought I saw like the kind of a mossy roof. Where is it at? Behind me? Okay, in that case, I'ma go this way. Hey, not the trumpet mushroom. Safe. Okay. Is this a landmark? That over there looks like a thing, right? I feel a little bit bad how quickly that resolved. I should probably just say straight up, like I kinda know one thing where you can get saved by kinda just putting distance yourself. If the creature kind of pops up like right behind you, like opposite where you wanna go, you can kinda just book it, so to speak, and get that distance between you and it. Be fine. It's kind of what I did there, essentially. Which, again, it's like the kind of thing where it's like, I feel a little bad because, we didn't really get to interact much with it. People were wondering about that, but at the same time, it's like, man, if I can get an easy way out, I'm gonna take it. The other thing that kind of sounds weird out of context. Okay, I'm kind of hoping that there's something along the shoreline, like some kind of camp or something. It feels like the game is also kind of good about having like little camps and such around the shorelines themselves to kind of help you find yourself, because I am in the middle of nowhere. Just in a dense forest. Some water, like just the waterline here. I don't know if I can even cartographize. Okay. Not with that one. I do think this inlet is kind of what we saw like at the very beginning of the game. And we're kind of like along the shoreline here, and actually, hang on, if I can at least draw a line, it gives me like a rough idea. Okay, like I'm along around here. There's a camp to the west. If I keep going that way. I was holding forward the entire time doing that. Like, momentum and escape is tricky. But yeah, I'll see. I'll see about like what I'll stream. I might also just do some like Mega Man related stuff at some point in the future. I've kind of been getting the mood again to play some Mega Man CX. It was kind of like the big like childhood game for myself. Oh boy, I love having to delete those dumb bots, and then since I had to alt-tab out, we have to go back. I love that kind of shit just kind of can happen without anything being done about it, but I feel like someone makes like jokingly says like I'm a just jokingly says like I'm gonna build a nuclear bomb in relation to like putting some stuff in, you know, adding some stuff in for a streamer to mess around in like a sandboxy game. You know, that will like get them banned real quick. Okay, yeah, I think at this point we'll probably just kind of go along the shoreline here until we hit that camp. This does look kind of familiar, like I think that head over there is where we, you know, like the one you see when you come right out of the, like the tutorial area, so to speak. So we kind of went in a bigger circle at this point. Oh, okay. The piece of ground looked light enough that for a second I thought it was gonna be like something special. Okay, yeah, that's the, like the little cabin. Honestly, oh, I saw it. Look, that's a camp over there that we are looking for. I'm right here. Yay, we made it. Right, I was getting a little worried. But we did make it to safety before night falls properly. Another entry by Herbert. Cell just woke this morning. Additional cybernetic acid to distort the results of his experiment. In unwanted news, when actions were willed by an unseen force, a directive from my omnipotent master. Felt deep shining commitment, desired feeling was replaced by passionate inhalation. It was a primal reward, it seems, for serving my lord. Herbert Gauss. Is there another of this symbol? Yeah. Herbert is not doing well at all. Or was not doing well. Was this like a proper torch? Ooh. Okay, well. We kind of went like around here, over here, then there, then muddled our way like into here. Went like here and then double back, all the way up here, and then went down here and got back to here now. It doesn't seem like there's any way to really cross this. So I actually do think we have to return there and go back to the like beginning area a bit. Like basically where that big stone head over there is, and then we use that to enter the section over there. Honestly, it's kinda interesting. You know, it's kinda like in a Metroidvania when you return to like the early parts of the game to, you know, use like a bunch of like later game abilities to find, you know, new ways to progress or something. Well, no, it kinda isn't. Also, that's kinda mean that, you know, my idea of, oh, if I, you know, what if I went down that way? I'm gonna be probably about to go like the way I was saying back then of trying, so I guess we'll get that kind of experience after all. Just, you know, I'll have a little bit better equipment. How late is it? Exactly midnight. Is it? No, it's 1 AM. Oh, you can almost see something. Yeah, once again, don't go out at night. Like, you can kinda There were like some like sticks or something I could throw. Like set on fire and throw. That would give like an idea of how useless even that can be, but look at this, I'm not gonna go too far from camp. I don't wanna lose where I'm at and just die. Well, saving, drinking, there we go. Come on, grab a torch, yeah. Actually kinda makes it hard to see, so never mind. Yeah, because the lighting kinda adjusts to like the brightness of the torch. Frying pan? Oh no. This game's about to get sued by PUBG. Right. Since we're kinda just retreading towards where we were. Just kind of circling back to that. I've kind of been thinking about like this game a little bit and what I like about it and what I think it could maybe do better. I do in concept like the idea of the creature. I mean the, you know, like the threat that is kinda way stronger than you and kinda constantly stalking you, like that's always a fun video game thing. Like going back to like Resident Evil and, you know, in modern times being, you know, defined by, you know, well no, okay. Like, you know, way back even being in like Resident Evil 2, I think, and in modern times being, you know, kind of famously used in Resident Evil 2. Alright, jokes aside though, I do think it's conceptually pretty neat. That said, I do think it suffers a little bit from... I feel like I think it would be... wouldn't be spoilers anymore to say that this game doesn't do like a thing that like... Even if it's supposed to kind of feel it, like the actual mechanics of it, it's not like constantly like looking for you or something, like having something in the background, like sadly it doesn't quite work like that. And I feel like it would be very hard to put off like, you know, something like this that's constantly stalking you in an like open game environment without either feeling like too oppressive or being too, or like risking it kind of not, you know, showing up at all for a while. Hey, this camp. You actually used this camp for our first night of resting, I believe. This is where I kinda hemmed and hawed for a while if I should just go to bed or try going to that one place. And I kinda realized I really could have just gone for it. I think at the time I was also like very worried because, you know, the timing affects like when the creature does pop up, and like the, you know, like the creature eventually, you know, gives you like a short grace period early on and then pops up. At least I think so. And at that point I was still very much worried, like, oh, if I take, you know, if I don't want to dawdle too much in the early games, so there's kind of free time wasted, so to speak. Of course, if I'd known it would fuck off for like, wouldn't even really show up for like the first like 2.5 hours or so, I would have probably not worried as much about it. Well, but here we are once again. Made it all the way back here. Except this time we are much, much further in our journey to find all the pieces of the cure. But yeah, about the creature, it would be hard to pull off. There's like other games that did this pretty well. Like the one that I think about when it comes to like something that like constantly chases you and does like a pretty good on both keeping like the pressure up but also not feeling too unrelenting is like the alien from Alien Isolation. And like that one is like a pretty good example, but I think it wouldn't surprise me if a huge part of why it worked was because it was part of like a... Where the heck am I even at? I kinda wanna find back to where the tutorial area is. Just kinda to catch my bearings, so to speak, of like, oh, this is... Okay, anyway, as I was saying, like that one worked like really well, but it also helps that that game is generally fairly linear, so to speak. Like you're very much like going down a path of... Ah, okay, yeah, this is kind of the camp area. Yeah, the camp area is also, from what I can tell, very much designed to only have like one exit initially. I kind of wonder if you could like find another way out of there if you really want to though. Alright, let's see if we can like find some water or something. Yep. Some water, a light. Even like the little tutorial pieces are still here of how the cartography works. Okay, well, very early on, first stream I joked, hey, should I go here or should I just take the path the game wants me to go? Well, I guess I'll just take the path the game wants me to go for the first stream. Maybe I'll go here later. Like another stream, it's like, nah, kind of seems like it intends you to go down this path here. You know, like this. I mean, maybe you could like go from like a much more southern spot. It kind of doesn't seem like the island connects there, so... Yeah, this is probably like a, well, branch to speak, never mind. But we already have like 2 ways to go. Let's follow this section here. Because this way we can kind of still look out the northern edge and maybe paint some stuff in from there. Oh, I see something that looks like it could be a thing. Okay, no, they were just getting kind of highlighted by the sunlight. I thought at least we're gonna be part of like something. And already kind of hard to... Like there's like a fireplace thingy that I kind of want to get on the map. Ah, there it is. Again, kind of wish the campsites were visible. I don't think this fireplace... Where is it? Yeah, that guy is going to be very useful for actual cartography. It's going to be mostly there to kind of find our bearing in case you get lost here. This does look like a lot more like, I guess, European style forest. But yeah, we've had like 3 split paths at this point already. Okay, I'm gonna head inside. I feel like when I scanned the shoreline from like the opposite shore zone, there was barely anything that I could log onto. Which does make me think that it could very well be that there's not much on like the northern shoreline of this section. Oh shit. Oh, it's behind me again. Okay. I don't wanna get stuck trying to clarify that's going on. Okay, yeah, this is kind of what I mean when of like, oh, you know, if you put some distance, it's fine. It's like it feels a little off, you know. It kind of feels like that it does kind of feel like that when it spawns, like when it appears like that. It's kind of at the edge of, you know, edge of how much it chases you as well. So if you react relatively quickly, you can lose it fairly quickly. And it does feel a little off. It does feel like it shouldn't let you. You know, the losing its radius should be much larger than the, you know, like the spawn in radius. Is this not a something I can target? It might be just a tree or something. Oh, there's a. Hang on, okay. There's that one head on the cliffside there. Yeah, painting at a map like this is also good just for knowing what's nearby, and always pretty fun to like those fireplaces. But yeah, I was kind of talking about the creature, like, behavior and so on, and like I said, it feels like it would be very hard to... Oh. And the way it's visual. Yeah, that's kind of where we came from. Not where we came from, where we wanted to go. Maybe I'll go around like this. Wait, already? Like, I was even trying to lose it there. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna, you know, circle around it, so to speak. Oh. Oh, wait a second. Maybe that's just the range of the... Like, how hard is he? I kind of wanna... Yeah, maybe it's... Like, I don't think it just, like, despawned and respawned or something. Maybe I'm wrong in that regard. Oh, I saw it behind the tree there. Yep, that's... Oh, it's coming right for me. Oh, I'm thirsty. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, let's try some water. It's perfect time. Ah, that's off control, but keyboard stuff. Kinda trying to move a bit in case it's getting closer. Yeah, like I said, it hopes onto where the creature is. Oh, that... Yeah, if you start being affected by like a slope or something, your character will also automatically stand up. What is an owl there? Alright, there's an owl over there looking into this direction-ish. Yeah, that's a good place to go right now. Okay, it might have not noticed we're here. Like, if it gets close, there's like a slow heartbeat effect. But we haven't really been getting that. I kind of want to actually get a more proper look at it, but well... Oh, do I... Oh, fuck it. Okay, hang on. Where's the owl looking? Okay, it's from southwest, so I should go northeast. This is in that direction. The creature is north by northwest. So technically speaking, we're not going towards the creature. Oh. Okay, kind of close to it. It's definitely been moving around, I feel like. Is it going through the grass a bit? Oh, I see the antlers sticking up top. Oh, that's not good. Oh. I'm in danger. Oh, that's not good at all. Oh, hi! Alright, alright, alright. Oh, fuck! Okay, got hit. Shoo! Ah, character's not doing good. Oh, this is like super bad. Move, you idiot! Safety! Oh, that ain't good. Oh. Yeah, I want to say that did not go well. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I'm not exactly sure I could have done differently. Well, I mean, other than, you know... I probably could have tried to hold it off a little bit more, but it definitely was just in full-on attempt to attack mode. Okay, I should have used like some of the like temporary boosters or something there. Like that actually, like being able to like run faster and, for example, could have been absolutely helpful. Ah, but now we've kind of just lost like all the like mapping progress we did. I mean, I can redo some of it at least. Yeah, I was gonna say, if I can't see like the camp area there, I would have been a bit peeved. Oh, this is what I mean! This motherfucker appearing while I'm doing cartography. See, I told you, there's a reason I crouch while I map. Okay, it's over there. Yeah, I'm risking taking it super slowly. Maybe I can be lucky. I'm having a heartbeat, so that usually implies that it knows where I'm at, but maybe it lost me there. Okay, kinda, maybe. Okay, hang on. Just get further away, and hide. Household was trying to gun for my ass. But I think it's lost where I'm at. Okay. Also, this disproves but the thing I heard about like versus one going quiet when the creature's around. Like even that, there's like a fucking squirrel and butterflies and shit. Like you can't look at the wildlife at all to figure out where it's at. It's also just kind of camping now. Like kind of running circles there. Can I? Oh, I want to be careful I don't get seen by it because it might actually come down here. Fucking run! I'm holding shift. Why are you just going super slow? Okay, I've got that bridge between me and it. Hopefully that will break line of sight. now we just freaking lag it. Oh, Jesus Christ. I think after all this time about complaining about it not appearing and so on, it's... What the fuck? It's there now? Oh my god, okay, it's just fucking spawning like crazy. It hurt me, it hurt the complaints. I am... some kind of... Oh wait, is this the air... I think this is the boat landing where you start the game. Good, wonderful. I wanted to run into a dead end. That... Shit, what the fuck do I do now? Okay, it is moving slowly. So maybe if I kind of run while I'm still obscured, I can get myself in a position where it won't find me. Ah, safe. Okay. Relative safety. There's a camp over there on like the other side of the shore. I could maybe make it if I use a Herculean tonic, but then I would have to bring one back as well. I was kind of wondering... Okay, no, it's too close for that. It's like some part of like this section of the island. Like I was almost wondering for a second if it's like some part that we were at earlier for like the swamp thing, but I don't think we're best enough for it. Well, this has gotten kinda ridiculous now. Jesus, okay, well... I think at this point the best thing to do is to... Well, we need to find like some kind of safety place in this general area. Like we haven't really got... Like we saw a cabin at the end of the previous attempt. But sadly I couldn't make it there in time. Like if I'd gotten to it I would have been safe, but... As it is, I kinda got swiped before I could make it all the way there. Very swampy area. Should I try a bit more inland? I'm also not finding like much of like any random vegetation and so on, so I'm always wondered like... It feels like if there's like plants and so on nearby, that's a general indicator that you're somewhere the game devs kind of intended you to be at, so to speak. So if there's nothing around, it kind of makes me wonder, like, am I like in like some, you know, like kind of randomly filled in area? There's a lot of pine cones. Like a randomly filled in area that they, you know, have for the sake of scenery, but also very much had not as like the quote-unquote planned route. I feel like there's something in general I notice about myself is that I like to put myself in like the mindset of the dev of like, what do they intend for me to do here? Like what is like the path for something they decided would be the right one to take? Wait, these aren't pickable flowers? Huh. Okay, that is a thing to look at least. Okay, and that is a statue I do know about. Hang on, if I can get on top of there, I can like fill in the space a little bit. I was gonna say that, but also this cliff seems like an exceedingly bad idea to get on top of. Wait a second. Oh my god, I can't move my head far enough to look at that. Oh, that's bullshit. That's like actual and complete bullshit. Maybe I'm far away enough. Yes, okay. Oh, there's like nothing around. Hey, squirrel. Alright. We are in the middle of nowhere. I still haven't found any place to shelter. Like to kind of save or something. And the creature has been really getting on my case lately. Like it has not been letting up. Oh, Oh, how the heck did I not take any damage? Okay, maybe I can... Like, I'm gonna just start filling things in with those two big heads over there. Kinda... Basically try to just fill in the map a bit, get a general idea. With some luck I might put something... I can... Oh! That's what I was looking for. Those are campsites, they're northeast of here. That's perfect, that's exactly what I wanted to see. God. Of course I have to get in that general direction without breaking all of my bones. Oh, there it is. Safety. Oh, Jesus, okay. Yeah, for... As much as I was kind of starting to... Well, I wouldn't say shit talk, like I 100% get why the creature works, it works. Just more kind of talking about it and how hard it could be to make something that like, sort of like, you know, fulfills the fantasy of getting like being quote-unquote truly being preyed upon by something that's like, you know, trying to hunt you down and so on. Like, you know, getting like tracked properly and so on. Like, that would be very hard to implement, and you know, as you can tell, like the creature can still be a real pain in the butt when with a lot more, you know, easier to implement style, say. Oh, there's like no... Oh, there's like no note to anything here. Like, there's that water there. I could also research plants if I had found any, which I didn't. Well, I mean, I've got these two tents here and can fill in the general area a little bit. Okay, there's a big head over there. I think it's... Actually, no, I don't think it's the one that got marked there. If I can get that on a map, though... Where is it relative? East by southeast. That direction. If I can get that, that will make life a lot easier. Yeah, I'm back in the habit of like constantly safety crouching now because this is kind of how I remember the creature being more like, just kind of... It kind of being like a thing that causes you power. Oh, wait. This is where I was hiding earlier. If I had gone past the owl over there, I would have been safe. Are you freaking kidding me? Like, I just had to go over the ridge and I would have been fine. Oh, whatever. Okay. Right. Owl is Southwest, go northeast. This time without having to be worried about getting chased. Generally, I think the owls generally point you towards like the permanent upgrade thingies, not necessarily cure pieces. I mean, you know, I could be about to be proven wrong, but I wanna say Jet could just bring me towards something I don't need anymore. That's it. You know, still a good idea to check on that first. Oh, I don't. I think I'm a bit away from where this owl statue itself is. Yeah, the tall trees it's on makes it kind of hard to see the big stone heads for filling stuff in here. Like even now I kind of already lost track of the heads. Oh, I did not want to go that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm not sure what the owl was pointing at. This area? It's like a little swamp here. No, it doesn't seem like there are like any special plants or something. Oh. Okay, I think those are used to make like some kind of temporary one at least. Yeah, I don't know what the owl statue was looking at. Unless it's like I've also like absolutely like gone off course, so nope, can't really make that. I do kind of wonder like there we go. Yeah, I was just about to bring that up. While I was being chased, I did find some cabins and so on. Looks like it was this area. Like if I had gotten to those, I would have been safe, so yeah. Oh jeez. Yet another dead body. Yeah, I don't think any of the researchers are alive. About an adjuvant. We still have an appropriate adjuvant. My work at Outpost Raicho may be proof fruitful in that regard. I don't think we've heard about Outpost Raicho yet. We do kind of need more info on the adjuvant. Like, we've got nothing on that other than the hope that it's here. And the fact that I, you know, name dropped it means it hopefully. Who are you? Am I Botas Ruch? Don't think I've ever heard that name before. Oh. Sirius and Rachel. Discover a nose plant in the Arashea family, classifying as that thingy. Stands 4 feet with golden spadix. It's a putrescent vapor. Oh, it stinks. Captain Dow's emanations following his meal of fermented salt pork and squibs. Oh, it smells like farts. It smells like absolute death farts. There's a large catch of this plant south of Outpost Rachel and to the east of the creek. Now, the one question. Yes, okay. Oh, wow. Hello, map. Yeah, we had Sirius, Rachel is over there. And we even have like freaking marked now where we have to go. Like, we went from barely having an idea to massive lead. Basically in the blink of an eye. Let me check again, what does this one do? I think if I saw correctly last time. Oops. Yeah, it seems that if you pick up a flower, it will put the thing at the very end. Okay, this is an energy stimulant. Well, down the hatch. Yeah, I think the next time like the creature pops up or something, I might start using those. Okay, I'm still gonna medicine. Kinda double checking just in case. Oh, more info, more lore. Scosh total collapsed to 100,000. Skin figures are 12th July. 1,000, twice the number bought just 1 month ago. Officials fear total exceed 1 million by next spring. Royal Science Society urges against public gatherings. They've catching back for the rats. Morning workers round up victims claimed by death the previous night. Jesus. Yeah. Once again, things aren't going well at all back home. Alright, in-game time, it's... Oh wait, it's like 7 PM in-game. Okay, yeah, now that I'm actually looking at the sky, this is not... Okay, I can put a tiny bit more space around this outpost by actually doing like the thing here. Yeah, like... I guess this entire section, like, between the Outpost Draco here and Outpost Sirius is just kind of wilderness. I think if I just followed the path, I would have just gotten over here or something. There was like one kind of went along the shoreline and probably like kind of went like around here and then, you know, goes into like Sirius here. So me kind of going off the beaten path to fight stuff, well, both voluntarily and kind of involuntarily meant I ended up going like this wild goose, like this like big search around. Alright. Yeah, it's still nighttime. I kind of feel like the moon and stars and so on would still help a little bit. Like if it's overcast, then obviously you won't be able to see much at all, but you know. I mean, I say that, but I've never really been like out in just pure nature without like any kind of light source or something. Because honestly, it sounds like it would be a horrendous idea. Okay, we wanna go southeast. Oh, there's even little gates here. Like, this is very much the intended path to go. I'm actually kind of tempted to, you know, just go a completely different way. Now let's see where this goes. Was there like a body of water the path crosses? Yes, okay, so I think we kind of hit this path here. So I assume this is where we're at right now, it's crossing here. If that's the case, there... Ah, yep, there's a fire thingy there. Like I saw there's like one on each side. Oh, there's the other one, okay. So yeah, we... that section. think that's meant to be thunder or something that just kind of blows out the speakers a little. Oh, mushrooms. I think these are the mental stimulant kind. Speaking of... Oh... It's over there. Okay, hang on, tall grass. Safety. Wait. Yeah, it should start pissing off when you get close to a house or something. Yep, there we go. Developing the adjuvant. Seizure will yield quantity of HC the adjuvant when combined with specific pharma agents. Okay, we need Virat's pitcher plant and the fart plant we heard about. Ah, hello, Owl. Albie. Okay, kinda hard to see right now. The sky is emitting too much light, it makes it hard to see. We can probably add these to the map. Or at the very least try to. As usual, we'll need them from a different angle as well, but get there when we get there. What's this? Wait, a second cartography table? I guess the implication is that, you know, like whoever was into that was also doing some cartography here. Ooh, region map. Okay, we are here, so if we kind of go a bit south and then straight west, we will find the new flowers. From there, I guess we just kind of start exploring. There's whatever the heck our one is over there. Oh, there's more photographs. Plague victims. Currently in basement of an abbey in East Telluric. The young woman dies 7 days after first symptoms. Yeah. Things really are not going well back home. Jeez, I can't see jack shit. It's like... God damn, it's like real life. The moment there's like a tiny bit of light coming from the sky, it's like, well, time to not be able to see anything anymore. Ugh. Why is this Robert Hughes sky here just a absolute gamer when it comes to not being able to see in sunlight? Okay, I think we're getting towards the area where I heard that flowers. Well, GG everyone. Okay, time to head back. Time to head back. Yeah, I think the creature's getting a lot more aggressive now. Which, I mean, it's good from a... You can think about for fuck's sake. Interesting perspective. Oh, jeez. Message in a bottle. Dreamt a dream 1,000 times, life we to adore, but then your color pale to grey, so dreams I dream no more. Kinda sad. Oh, there we go. The stalk of it kinda looks like a giant corn cob. Well, maybe not in like the texture and so on. It doesn't look like little corns, but you know, like the kind of color and shape. Combine this with an oxidation inhibitor plant, it can create agency. Okay, we did it. Oh yeah, how am I doing? Okay, health is poor since we had that kind of awful fall. Oh, wait a second. Was there like some stuff at like the edges that also kind of indicated like, oh, you were kind of hurt? I think that, okay, this isn't new. Let me check, is this a... Like it's pinkish, so I'm not entirely sure if it's when you have to combine or if it's basic medicine. Okay, it's basic medicine. Alright. For a second I thought it was on the floor. No, okay, it's there. I kinda... Okay, I wanna save first and I might check where that owl is looking. Again, I don't think it is looking at anything I actually need anymore. Okay, it's looking straight north. But at the same time, I'm curious. I'm just curious. Of course, now I've moved around so much that I kind of lost track of it, and the creatures around because yeah, it really wants a piece of me at this point. Where does this path lead? Hey, there's a campsite here. Ah, is this where it would have led? Like there's some of the like brain medicine mushrooms. Okay, maybe I can see the outpost from here too, so I can use that to put this on the map. Oh, hey squirrel. Okay, there's not even any lore here, it's just... Ah, dang it. Okay, no. The trees are in the way of seeing the outpost huts. At least, well, definitely from this angle. It could be that they're just not being loaded in or something. I could like maybe pixel hunt them, but that would be a pain in the butt. Okay, let's start returning. I kind of want to go to the one R1 space they did have on there. Actually, wait a second. I can see that head over there. Okay, that puts those camps on here. And it gives me a different angle for the heads now, I think. Wait, did I have that one already on there? Maybe I did. Maybe it's like a different head or something. No, there wasn't one like hiding behind a tree. Okay, well. That's... well, it's all that off the list. Okay, this is not like straight north of the owl thing. So maybe it's not exactly looking where you need to go, or I missed the thing. Both entirely possible. Oh, come the frick on! Fuck that, I'm heading for the camp. Like... this is getting serious now. Oh wait, I saw something red that was like, oh, plant I missed, but no, it's still just that one body. Okay, we definitely still have time in game. Okay, I wanna go to R1. Because at this point we have to find the final piece of Agent Y. It's either in this area, or I have to start combing over the rest of the island. I think going to R1 is the best bet for getting a hint, so to speak, because the game does point towards it to some degree. Like, it's a proper cabin too. Those tend to have a bit more to them than the incidental little camps. I'll take the knife for self-defense though. Okay, maybe I should actually go properly inland instead of just following the coast like this, but I'm not here to make good decisions. Yeah, at this point I've definitely started just doing the safety crouch all the time. Yeah, there's a... oh. Fuck's sake! Ah, getting bossed around by those trees is also not good. Jesus, okay. I think I means it lost track of me at least, but it's probably still on my ass. Hey, there's the other brain floss. Is this a campsite? Okay. Jesus. Oh wow, brain fuzz is struck. Ooh. What the fuck? Go away, you asshole! God, this creature is just... okay. You know what? Fine, I take all complaints back. It absolutely was just kinda softballing me at the start. Okay, I think that's R1 over there. Let's get that one head on the map. Ooh, I think that's one I spotted, yeah, way back at the beginning. It's Like it's all the way where I, got the algae from. That's Owlhead. I think that Owlhead is pointing towards the brain emphasis drug stuff, so... Yeah, the game kind of gives you a way to get to that here as well. In fact, I might actually make it easier than if you go here first. It kind of tells... If you end up going here first, it kind of tells you... Gives you a lot of hints towards getting like the brain emphasis drug stuff. I've just seen how useful it is, like especially now. I kind of want like the constant like check up on where the creature is, because it feels like I'm just constantly getting attacked. Which, don't get me wrong, I don't hate. In fact, I kind of appreciate it as like a should the series know thing. Oh, what's this about? Oh, okay. Classifies a unique variety of carnivorous plants, collected totally unique, showing deep reds, blues, and greens with white spotting. Usually large for its genus. Yes, that is seen. Sites in well-shaded areas are often sprouting next to logs and large rocks. Yeah. A bit more on that, please. That only tells me it exists. I guess if there's a note on that here, it might be nearby at least. Following the direction of the stone owl's gaze, sometimes several hundred feet or more, one will encounter a cache of medicinal flora and fungi. Finnegan. Okay, this is just a game setup telling you, hey, follow the owl. Okay, well, I guess it kind of makes sense that I might have a thing where I just say, hey, dipshit, here's like a hint that it's probably nearby, now find that thing yourself. Is there no source of light in here? Like nothing I can use to save? It's not even a campfire outside. Unless I'm like completely missing it, which is perfectly possible. What am I doing? Okay, I've got medicines and stuff. Just gonna be a basic medicine mushroom. Yeah, I'm not finding any safe thing. Okay. Okay, there's one of those here. I can use this if I find like some like sticks or something. Without getting attacked, hopefully. Ah, here we go. Does mean I'll have to remember to grab the knife again. It's just swinging in the wind. Just looks very weird how the tree just kinda looks like it's kinda just moving around in the ground. Is this a patch of something? Yellow flowers. I haven't really found anything else that can give me like a Herculean tonic. Speaking of like yellow stuff. Right, okay, so we have found a note about the pitcher plant. Okay, let me check the description on it again. Resides in well-shaded areas, often sprouting next to logs and large rocks. Okay, well-shaded means it's probably not gonna be like an area like I'm standing right now. It will have to be somewhere with a lot of trees or similar, or like in a kinda, something like a bit more inside the ground, like a ravine or something like that. It's a bit too harsh, but like a little area like this, so to speak, like a little valley. So I guess I'll just start running into the forest and see what happens. I mean, knowing my luck, I'm gonna stumble on it within like seconds, but... yeah, it's like large, but like logs and large rocks. I mean, this seems like it might fit the bell. It's not very shaded though. Okay, definitely not around there, I believe. Well, time to start searching, I guess. Oh, there's like a big stone structures here. Oh, maybe like this could be a spot. I mean, it says like rocks and so on, so maybe that's trying to say like find like a space where there's like a bunch of like large stone structures. I did also just completely run off into the... oh, God damn it, I already lost the knife from that little bit of swimming. Also just ended up like completely running off without caring about cartographizing anymore. At least I'm getting a bit of a break though. I feel like I've been kind of heading like, yeah, north and west a decent chunk now. Oh, wait a second. I think I ended up like here, near this area again. Oh, let's check a bit more to the east of that. Like I could see it being in like something... it feels like it would be, yeah, like in a area that's like kind of densely forested. I'd feel like in one of those sections. Again, I could be completely off base, but there's a bunch of logs here. Yeah, a bunch of moss and so on, but like nothing special here. Those mushrooms? Common white ones. Okay. Right, I think those are the mental stimulant ones. There's actually a variety of stuff here, though I think those are just generic ground flowers. And those are like kind of the useless types. I'm not going, okay, now I'm heading south and east. Kind of starting to circle around a bit again. Okay, all that said, I don't think I would put the pitcher plant somewhere that is super close to the other adjuvant thing. Well, two of the, I think it was Ancient X or something, were also very close to, relatively close to each other, so maybe I could be wrong on that. I wonder if I should check out like the more northern area. Like the kind of area like north and east of Sirius or something, like maybe it could be like around there. Yeah, I feel like this might be like the kind of area I could find them appearing in. Maybe. Okay, I'll be perfectly honest, saying it's in kind of shaded area with like logs and rocks is like... That's like 50% of this island. Like there are like so many areas that feel like they could fit that bill. Okay, this was the path I took. Yeah, it's almost certainly not gonna be just on the path. I kinda wanna... I'm gonna follow this. There's a part of me that just kinda want to find the place I was at. To figure out where I'm at. Okay, I'm like there-ish. I kinda wanna check out this area. Like maybe even north of that. Okay, if I'm here though, I'm close to Sirius, so I might just do a pit stop there. Then start heading straight east. Hey squirrel. Yeah. Kinda just spitballing at this point, but I mean, it was bound to happen. I want to say I vaguely remember it being somewhere in this general area. Like this being like the late game for how I usually played when I played this a little bit more often. It does mean that I'm definitely, you know, remembering less than I about this part of the game than I do about like other parts of the game. But it is kind of ringing about... Oh, I think the common mushrooms also those ones. Yeah, I could have picked them up there. I kind of thought it was just some like generic ground bullshit. So I kind of ended up not picking any of them up. Okay, I want to go east if possible. Like I think there was a split path. And off that split path I want to go a different way. Do I think it will be on a split path? Probably not, but... yeah, it will be a different direction to try out at least. Also, I don't want to jinx it. Okay, maybe I kind of want to jinx it for the funny, but... I haven't been attacked by a creature in a while now. So... right, well, yeah. Just going to have to look around a bunch. I'm gonna go around here and then I'll check out like the more western side of the island maybe. Like my main worry is that what if I like kind of just run barely past it, so to speak? Because like some of the special plant areas were kinda... blink and you'll miss it to some degree. That they had like a much more like solid thing to hint you towards where you had to go. Here we are kinda stuck just having to... yeah, look around and hope we find a space that fits the bill. Shit, I think it's getting kinda dark in game 2 now. It's gonna be bad for several reasons. Hope I can make it to like the little campsite or like outpost Raicho before it gets dark. I think that's a tent over there. Yeah, it's absolutely one. I still wonder what that one owl statue, like what if those were pointing towards where to find these? Actually, yeah, wait a second. That owl statue. Like, there was a note about owl statues and finding medicinal plants next to the one that talks about this, pitcher plant. So I think the implication actually is meant to be that you... So yeah, it probably is meant to kinda... Yeah, makes you mentally think about it too, so to speak. Like you kinda... Because yeah, like the owl statue was pointed straight north. But like this camp here that has these mushrooms, if we aim the compass like straight south from here, it's not where Outpost Rachel was. Outpost Rachel is a bit more to the west. It had to be a bit more to the west. So I think if we from Outpost Rachel draw like a mental... It was like around here, like... excuse me. Draw like a mental line going north. Kinda try to follow that. I think that might lead somewhere. Like at least that's my theory, is that the game intends us to follow that line, so to speak. Because again, like, I was wondering, like, why is there like no like direct hint or something to it? But it could be that, what they intended with the hint is that to tell you, hey, owl statues look at important stuff. Here's it talking about the important thing without telling you exactly how to find it. Put two and two together on that. Okay, so we had essentially straight west of it. Until we are on a kind of a mental line north of Rachel, and then we kind of follow that. Oh, we don't even have to go like super far. Hang on a second. I do have to figure out where I'm at on the map. Okay, I think this is a good spot. So now we head north from here. Oh, there's like a bunch of rocks and shit. I don't think that's quite it yet though. Actually, this is a very rocky area. They did talk about the pitcher plant being like super colorful and so on. So my thought is that I don't think it will be like a, like gotta look very closely to see it kind of deal. If we are on close by to it. I'm gonna swing like back and forth a little bit just to make sure I don't miss it entirely. I'm going very much off of like a mental line that could be entirely wrong. It's hopefully not gonna be like at the bottom of a cliff here or something, because it was mentioning being in a shaded area, and that would be kinda hard when it's, kinda hard to be shaded if you're like near the shore. Some like colorful birds over there. Okay, we did see some other owl stuff as well. Okay, I'm gonna head straight south again. Just a triple check. If that's not it, I'm gonna have to look for other owl statues. There was someone nearby R1 that I disregarded. For example, like there was that one I completely stopped checking on. Oh, I'm just completely like running across random stuff to look around. There was maybe like one that I completely there was that one like completely disregarded, like in one area I kept getting attacked by the creature by. Again, I'm just kind of swinging around a bit in case it's, you know, my mental line is kind of wrong. It just always feels like a section where you could expect it to be, but maybe it's not here. But the nightmare scenario is that it is around here and just completely missing it over and over. Oh, oh, that... I can't believe I didn't get hurt by that. I think part of why it made following the owls so awkward is that it kind of just looks straight at a cliff, so to speak. Ah, great, I have to go down the cliff. No, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. I thought it was a path the way it looked, but no. I don't think I'm gonna bother saving since I did get nothing done. I was just kind of curious, but no, it's like nothing interesting off the line there. Let's see, what else? Yeah, there was that one owl statue. It was kind of in the middle of nowhere for better or worse. That one is gonna be a righteous pain to figure out. Up. Hey, I was just thinking that I probably would need like some mental clarity tonic stuff again. I do have that one saved up, but it would have been nice to stock up. I was able to stock up. Yeah, let's like double check the direction of this, but I'm pretty sure it's aimed. Okay. It's actually not straight north, it's like north by northeast. Okay, maybe it is looking at the campsite there. In that case, I am kind of wrong about where I thought it was looking. Okay, well, let's go back to R1. Like I said, I wanted to check out this area in detail, and I did to the extent that I think it's possible, like it's reasonable. Now the question is, what's the best way to get on track to the other side? Because I kind of remember that. Actually, I don't think it was like this bad of a path to follow. Like it looks a bit scary, but it's actually like a fairly solid line, like a path here. Oh, well, past there, I mean. Alright. Alright. Back in the fray. Yeah, there's the huge plant. It's not the pitcher plant. I was kind of wondering if the creature was gonna pop up at some point. Alright. Starting to feel a lot less bad about the wall. Running from it as quickly as possible thing. Okay, let's get to R1. I'll check out the area around it, see if I can find anything special there. This is of course, you know, expecting I can actually find it. Hey, the owl. Okay, hang on a second, can I... Okay. I stopped being able to just... Oh, wrong button. Check. Okay, it's looking almost straight east from here. To this campsite. Did this campsite also have anything with it? Okay, it had these mushrooms. Right, I think this was the campsite at, like, the bottom here, yeah. So I wanna keep going along the shoreline here, and then I'm at R1. There's a lot of owl statues in this area. Probably intentionally. Does make it a little bit trickier. Looking fulfilled in. I probably could get to the fill in a little bit of a shoreline or something. Because they're triggering all the music now since I'm kind of just hopping from place to place. Right, this is the one where I didn't figure out. Well, right, no, I did figure it out. You have to use the fireplaces along the path. Okay, this sure looks incredibly walkable. I'm trying to see if I can maybe use it as a... like, kind of just check if there's like anything along it, but not really having big expectations. Okay, there's a stone head up here. Maybe my thought of going up here was a little... No, it worked out. Okay, well... Of course I could be completely on the wrong train of thought, trying to, you know, figure out where to find the place via the owl heads. But I'll try to take any lead I can think of. Like at this point I'm just kinda very much spitballing. I guess while I'm just looking around like this, is there anything else I kinda want to bring up, so to speak? Well, I haven't thought about extreme ideas and so on. There's been... Oh, there's a camp southwest of here. There's some ideas brewing in my head. I think last time I talked about that Minecraft idea, but, you know, still kind of figuring out like how and if I do that stuff. Game-wise, I think I might stream, yeah, I've kind of thought of streaming some Mega Man ZX and ZX Upland as well, part of it. I kind of have to see about how I will handle that exactly. Mostly because I don't want to do them on hard mode, but the annoying thing about the games is you have to beat them first before you can do hard mode. So it's sort of like a... Oh! There's another casual, unique picture plant just north of our camp in a low-lying area to the northeast of the mountain. Ah, oh, it's like in this area. Probably. Man, that was actually kind of close then if I walked past the... You know, kind of through the heads here. Like if I had taken the eastern route or something, I would have stumbled on them. Well, that gives us a way to go now. Never mind, it wasn't like a follow the outsider thing or something, it was just... Look around, idiot. Anyways, like the CX games, I want to play them on hard mode, but you have to unlock them first by beating the game once in normal mode. Which is like one of those decisions that gets really annoying once you start, you know, pick up a game like through, say, like a collection or something released later again. It's like, just let me play that hard mode already. But yeah, not like the devs could really anticipate at the time. Like for most people, they're gonna, you know, play it, unlock it, then they have the option. Right, northeast of the mountains. I don't want to head upwards. Might be here already. Or like close to here? I don't know, it seems like the kind of place where it would be. Ooh, okay. Well, it began. We are on track to, well, curing, like, getting the cure together. We still have to actually synthesize it, but technically speaking, well, we definitely not. We don't have it in the bag yet. We have to get there first, and there's still very much a chance to get a talent on the way, but we are almost there. See if I can make it to a camp or something. I do want to just kind of have it saved, so to speak. Even if I can't synthesize it yet, like, at least have, like... Oh yeah, like, in the storage bin is gonna be perfect, because now I can just go to any kind of place where they let you synthesize stuff. Very fundamental, the synthesis of H and C. There we go. Well, we definitely don't have the cure yet. But all that's left is getting to a place that lets us put those two pieces together. Alright, where do we go for that? I mean, honestly, part of me is kind of tempted to go back to Draco, like where we start the game at. It feels like it would be kind of, you know, would be kind of fitting in a way. Let's see see if we can make our way back. Anyways, I keep waffling and I'm getting interrupted. What I'm thinking about doing with the CX games is that since they have like two characters that play fairly similarly and tend to have like mostly the same story but with like some differences, I'm gonna play like the story through with one of them on like normal mode, and then for hard mode I'm gonna play as the other. With the first CX game I might do like a normal mode run of the other one beforehand. There's like a thing you unlock if you beat the game with both characters that honestly is super useful for like a very specific fight in hard mode. But I'll have a think about that then. I do kind of want to do it. There are definitely games that I really dug into as a child, and you know, I kind of have a soft spot for them. I like the kind of like action game that feel like very much like benefits from having a hard mode, so to say, because like they don't just do like, you know, well, like, oh, enemies are more damaged, you know, and they take more damage, that's it kind of deal. Like it's like hard mode of those games like also like actually change like how the bosses attacks a bit and so on. Like it makes them a bit more unique and hard to dodge as well, and I think that's actually like a really neat way of handling like a high difficulty thing. Well, so yeah, I probably will be doing those streams at some point in the future. I do want to do other Mega Man stuff as well. There's a part of me that also wants to play like... Basically I kind of want to play some Mega Man X2. There's a certain part of me that's kind of thinking like, oh, but if I do that I should maybe also play the other X games. But at the same time, do I have to? I only ever owned X2 as a kid, so it's like the one that I really know well. Like I've played like a bit of like X1 and X3, and I never like got quite as good at them. I guess it could be like interesting on its own. I did beat X2, and there's like one part about the controls that I might get a little salty about, admittedly, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Like I'm not saying like X2 is a bad, X1 is a bad game by any means, more just there's like one very specific thing that had, you know, in the controls that it doesn't have that all the other, you know, future games have, and it really messes up my muscle memory. Alright, in any case, this is where we start the game. This is where we did our first bit of flower synthesis. And now we're going to synthesize the basically final thing we have to do. Going to make the cure to this plague thing and hopefully finally be saved from it. Here we go, Agent C, the adjuvant, which is green in the description and blue in the in-game model. Don't worry about it. Alright, it's time. Just mix them all together. Oh yeah, warning for anyone who has phobia of needles, by the way. The cure. This medicine will completely cure the plague. I've successfully administered the tricord regime. My plague has been cured. All symptoms subsided. My physical capacity has been fully restored. So yeah, if you look at the status, health cured. I think this basically means that, well, we're gonna have to worry about falling and so on anymore. Our strength, endurance and perception are also high now. And with this we are almost entirely done. The final thing left is to actually escape this place. We found a note about the boat landing. A map for the boat landing essentially. Which hopefully will have a proper boat for us to get off this island. Oh yeah, if you look at our hands, you also look a lot less fucked up now. We actually have like a bit... Our hands are definitely like looking a lot better. And yeah, with that... we are now basically good to try to get out of here. Now, we're all the way down here and we still have to go all the way up here, so... You know, it's not gonna be the end quite yet, but... this is essentially gonna be like the final approach we have to do. Time to make our way all the way over. I don't know if we even need to drink water still. I mean, technically speaking, our character will generally need to drink water, but we're not gonna be like constantly asked to do it. But yeah, can just generally move a lot easier around now, like... You know, like if we could go all the way around, or we could just swim like this. Like we don't have to worry about... You know, we can swim a lot longer distances now. Let me check something real quick. I might have to... I do want to check something real quick. Our abilities are high. Do they go even higher? No, okay, they are just at high even with the stimulant. I was kind of wondering if to do the swimming I might have to actually get the... like get a Herculean tonic too. Hopefully I won't need one. Okay, we kinda just have to go like north and west. Okay, maybe I shouldn't... Okay, it still went well. Like, I think now that I'm cured, I'm definitely going a lot more gung-ho since... Like, we can just... We can just go. Like, our ability to, like, scale around and deal with, like, cliffs and water and so on is, like, so much better. Just look at that. We just fucking ran up here like it's not a big deal. And now we're gonna slide down like it's no big deal. Damn it. Thought I already had something on there. I do kind of... I mean, can't hurt to fill in a little bit just to get an idea of where the heck we are. How late is the game? 5 PM. camp nearby that I can just see. No, okay, Emma. Oh, this one right here, actually. Fuck it, then I'm gonna use this camp. Oh, it's got a little bit more lore. These colossal idol heads that peer down upon us. These dozens of great gods carved from volcanic rock and placed along Eden's shore. Why do they make us, those long vanished souls? How could simple men move stones of such great size? What heavenly force acted in favor of such a task? It's got to weigh no less than 200 tons each. Honestly, I'm more impressed by the ones on the mountain tops. Because, like, you know, they're very much inspired by the, like, Moai heads and so on, and, like, people kind of figured out how, you know, those got moved. Like, you basically just, like, use, like, a bunch of ropes to, essentially, like, tie ropes, like, around, like, the top of the head. It then had people pulling them in such a way to kind of shift their weight so they could be, you know, shimmied around, so to speak. Like, if you ever try to move, like, a very heavy object, like a big barrel or something that you couldn't just pick up, like, you would just kind of, like, tilt it to the side, roll it so the, you know, side is off the ground, you know, it's, like, a bit more forward, and put it down, then, you know, tilt it for, you know, tilt it and move that, roll that around. Like, there's like a, well, like apparently that for the, like, Eastern Island statues, that's basically how they, it's going to not like more heads and Eastern Island statues sound the same, and I, like, sounds super terrible right now. But yeah, like, they basically use, like, the same to get them from where they where they carved them towards the shore. Basically using, like, the rope to kind of shimmy them along the ground until they get to where they are. And then, you know, like, explorers and so on pop them, but ask the people, like, hey, how did you move those? And the natives explain it as, yeah, you know, kind of like making them walk, so to speak, when they shimmy like that. And then, you know, so it's all like, oh my god, these people believe that the ancestors managed to make rock stone heads walk. It's like, no, you idiot, it was just saying, like, how they were just kind of explaining, like, metaphorically. Oh, everything's fine. Oh, I don't think I can make that cliff though. Oh boy. Okay. You know, the temptation is huge to test just how much damage can we take now that we're cured. Bonk. Well, apparently not even gonna have to worry about that at all. Okay, still going north. So I didn't like this weird, like, swamp in the ravine. Like, my general idea right now is just go north and west-ish. Just kind of let wherever I end up be where I end up. Being around here does make me think once again that it does feel like if you kind of go off the... What is it? Never tent here. Well, not entirely, but there's definitely less medicinal plants once you're kind of a bit more on your own section. Also, yeah, there's too much light in the sky right now. We can't see things. We have to wait until the sky gets darker. Oh god, why did I find this? There's so much to read. I spoke again this afternoon. I'm afraid the proletariat and Telluric has completely against our academy. Our members have been largely unaffected by the plague, and Callus has twisted this into evidence of some heretical intellectual conspiracy. We've tried to present research on germ propagation and sterilization to the public, but this is discord that has been overshadowed by callous rhetoric. Pendergraft insists we should continue our research outside of Telluric, and I'm inclined to agree. Republican Guard has given no resistance to the nationalist occupation of the city. It is only a matter of time before our academy is attacked. The academy was destroyed last night. Callous sellers began to gather outside of gates in the early afternoon. They left stones and rubbish onto our feet along with spurious accusations. As day passed, the crowd grew. Asian provocateurs moved amongst them, planting seeds of violent action. By sunset, the crowd became a swelling mob of anger and ignorance. With torches and kerosene in hand, they pushed through the cold iron gates and burned our academy to ash. I should think the wall of Telluric needs to burn. There is pestilence here. Disease is not just in our bodies, but in the notions of free men and free thought. The Republic is dead. Isabella and I have sought temporary refuge in the country. We are to meet with Pendergraft and the others tomorrow, where we shall plan our escape to Eden. Yeah, I guess the researchers who came here were, for all intents and purposes, exiled. And yeah, once again, kind of stuff that, if it was released like around 2020-ish or so, would have probably felt a little on the nose for, you know, story-wise. I mean, okay, which stonehead is this one actually? Ah, okay, it's right. Okay, we're around here, like the. Can I see the cabin from here then? Or is it like right behind the statue? Okay, judging by the line, it is right behind the statue. Maybe I can, yeah, spot like some of the ruins up there, and then I can use that to get this stuff into the map. There we go. Honestly, you're doing fairly decently. Let's see if we can swim that distance. Yeah, that area up there is where like all the ruins and such were that we kinda explored for like the Plant X or whatever they called it. So we kinda coming back here. I think we could have actually seen like the island where the boat landing is if I had gone like along the shore instead of kinda just heading straight inland, so to speak. Like, we're very much taking like a very direct route towards the end here. It might be a little bit too video gamey, but part of me almost wishes that like... Okay, sorry. Almost wishes that like when you beat the game or something, there was like a... This is the path you've taken thing. Kinda like how the Zelda games, like the new Zelda games had at least eventually like a thing that kept track of where you moved around. Oh, that one flower I dropped because I didn't need it is still on the ground here. Yeah, I think if we follow the shoreline now, we should go towards the section where you have to start swimming over for the boat landing. But yeah, kinda... Like, I would love to kinda have like a... This is the path you bought kind of thing for the end, like at the end of this game. Kinda telling you like how we moved across the island. I don't know, there's some neat stuff to be done. Could be done. There's also a part of me that kind of wants... It could be either really neat or really annoying. There is an achievement for mapping the entire island. Like getting like every single, filling out the map entirely, at least of... Yeah, aside from like the actual ocean parts, that would be kind of hard. I could see that being potentially... I don't know. It could be neat to try. It could also end up being... It's kind of boring and being very much like finding like the right spots to get like certain things filled in. Like you would have to probably figure out like how the heck do you fill in like a little bit in that or something of stuff. Okay, I think we are here. Yep, straight northwest of here. Trying to see if I could like triangulate this just to show like proof like this is very odd. Just without a doubt, like yep, here we are. And we were not attacked at all by the creature on the way. So, since we kinda have to just press forward a bunch, let's think about some stuff. We are Robert Hughes. We came here to this island because we, where these researchers landed on it to figure out a cure to this plague that we have been, everyone back home has been suffering from and that we also were suffering from. We were hounded by this weird creature and I also found like all the researchers and such dead, but there are some things that feel a bit off about the whole thing when you think about it. For example, like we found like, several dead bodies and so on, but I thought they never had any signs of like an animal attack. If anything, they always had like a knife or an axe stuck inside of them, something that, is something much more human than, something a human attacker would do, not a creature of some kind. And then there are like some other things to wonder about. Like... Okay, let's... For example, what is up with our character Robert Hughes? He kinda is able to do a lot of like plant science and so on himself as well. Like he's actually pretty dang knowledgeable about this kind of thing. Like, he very much knows how to use... use all the machine, like all the equipment and so on that these scientists were using. Furthermore, with this creature, like no one else really saw this creature, except we only found like one cabin that had like pictures of the creature. We only know about like one other person who had been kind of talking about, weird stuff. Which was this Herbert Gauss guy. Like Herbert Gauss was, very obviously kind of starting to feel bad or something. Like other people were also noticing that Herbert was in a bad state of mind, both physically and mentally. Like Herbert seemed the only other one who was aware of the creature. Or something. The creature itself also looks, very striking. I mean, look at this. It has like these weird antlers or something. But it is a design we have seen before. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, also thank you again for getting like super dark now when I'm trying to look through this stuff. I'm trying to find like one that... Let's see, I'm trying to find like one about like stuff from back home. There's one that... Yeah. There's this one article about like the faction back home, the nationalist faction. And their symbol looks very similar to what seemed to haunt Herbert. Something that no one else seemed to be aware of. All the other people on this island, all the people we found on this island who died, they didn't die of like a creature or something, since they all had like knives and axes stuck in them. Our character, Robert Hughes, you know, knows a lot about the stuff, was suffering from the plague and so on. Also some other stuff. You might remember some of the flowers we researched, like for example the sunflower, which we came to the conclusion can't be synthesized into anything useful. But if you... there's a note that we found very early on. All these useless flowers we found, I talked about them having hallucinogenic capabilities. Something that our character dismissed for some reason. With all of that, we kind of have to wonder, who are we really? Were we really just some random guy from Telluric that somehow managed to get all the way to this island on his own? While suffering from a plague? I thought about the creature. I mean, you might have noticed something. Ever since the creature got more and more aggressive as we got pieces of the cure, but the moment we actually were cured, like I still did the check and all just to triple check, but we were not being attacked at all anymore. In fact, even if I ran around the island for like days on end, it would never attack us again. The creature isn't around anymore now that we're cured. The same creature that this like Herbert, was it Herbert Gauss guy, claimed to have seen, who seemed to also have not been doing well. I think you can kind of tell where this is going. But here we are. It is time to leave Eden. Leave this island and its kinda dark recent history behind. Time to end the game. The wind begins to carry you towards the infinite line between sea and sky. Your consciousness is underwater now. Peer over the edge of the boat to find your reflection on the surface of the water. See the man you hope to see and smile. Sit down on the floor of your boat, leaning back against the damp wooden grates. You let your body go limp and feel the pull of the wind as it picks up against the sail. As hours pass, each shore disappears over the horizon, and you find yourself in a solitary place between two worlds. You drift slowly into sublime sleep. You have found your Eden. The end. So yeah, that was Miasmata. I still think it's a really neat game. I do think it's not a very complicated game, and fairly short game. I was able to beat it in 2 streams. But honestly, especially like I'm perfectly fine with that, and I think that some of the stuff it does is pretty neat. Like the idea of using like flowers and so on for crafting, so to speak, and the kind of the idea of like having like a kind of open world that you explore that is full, about being harassed by a creature that can pop up. It's kind of hunting you down and stalking you. I think overall the game still looks fairly decent, despite being, probably pretty dang, having been made like, 13 years ago? Also cat. Well, thank you for making. I think overall, like I said, there's a reason why I kind of come back to this game here and there. I feel like it's a sort of like low-key horror, almost, so to speak. Like, I wouldn't say it's like a horror game, but there's like a constant like threat and anxiety in the background. I have no idea where that QR code goes. If you scan that, it's on your own risk. But yeah, that's Miasmata. As I was gonna say, like the kind of like sort of like low-key anxiety and like both openness on stuff to do and also kind of like intermittent threat of like something could pop up at any moment. That's probably part of the reason why I'm also kind of a big fan of like Voices of the Void. I kind of dig a game where I can get into something and just have like, not like something like coming out like screaming at me or something, but more of a like kind of low-key threat, like a bit of a background, exciting house, so to speak. I guess what I'm trying to say is apparently I like it when I'm just like slightly anxious. Okay, no. But yeah, how late is it? It's 11. I don't think it's really worth starting anything new up, so yeah, thanks everyone for joining. I hope people enjoyed this game. Like I said before, it's a kind of game I really wouldn't mind seeing like other people pick up and so on. Like, God, I just want to watch someone else play this game and just do things that are completely different. It does feel like it could be kind of like someone needs to like find like some like streamers or something and just kind of force them at gunpoint to like stream this game blind. Just a joke, by the way. Alright. There we go. And spot back over here. Oh, there we go. I think that's gonna be it for tonight. Like, I have kinda... Yeah, like I think... Like I said, I don't think there's like enough time to start up anything new, and... Admittedly, I've kind of been low-key... low energy, I wanted to say, tonight as well, so... Probably a good time to stop. But once again, thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you probably not tomorrow. I'm kind of thinking of... I probably will do it some point like during the weekend. I got some ideas and stuff to maybe do tomorrow. projects I have to work on. It's like not stream related, but I do kind of want to stream something else. I'll see what I'll do. Like I talked about, like maybe some Mega Man stuff, but I could imagine myself like booting up like some other thing. There's like some indie games I kind of wanted to test out that I don't actually really know yet. Like a lot of stuff I've streamed recently were very much like stuff I've kind of played in the past before, and I would be able to like talk about kind of knowledgeably about. I think it would be kind of neat to check out something I don't really know. Like I'm always kind of worried that but what if it turns out that actually like the game or the stream sucks in that regard, but I guess we'll see. Okay, well, yeah, I don't think I've got anything else to say, so again, thanks everyone for watching, and I hope you all have a good evening. See ya!
First,